Rejection stinks. Rejection could really hurt. Already so many of us battle with feeling like we're not good enough, wrestle with our abilities, and we play down our strengths. Because it's easier to believe that we aren't good enough than to believe that we are actually more capable than we think. It gets harder when it's someone else telling you that you aren't good enough, though. It's harder when the rejection comes from the people, when it comes from other places. Yet, the truth is that in life, we'll probably have more rejections than acceptances. There will always be places that we just don't fit into. People will think we may be great, but we're just not the right match for them. There'll always be reasons for people to get rejected. Many things in life are competitions. Everyone is reaching for the prize, but there can only be one winner. So you have several applicants for a job and only one would get the position. Every one of them might be really good, but the fact remains that only one person gets the job. What do the others get? Rejection. Not because they aren't necessarily good, not because they lack skill, but simply because it's the order of life. For every acceptance you get, for every congratulations letter, someone else gets a rejection letter. It's easy to take it personal, to feel like it's your fault, to feel like something is wrong with you. But what if nothing is wrong with you? What if it's simply not your turn? What if it's just life happening? Maybe it's just even a job or college application. Maybe it's a relationship. This is a world filled with several billions of people. As much as we think that there's only one person for each and every one of us, the truth is there could be many people for you, but it's discipline for you to pick one. There could be several great guys, several great ladies. You could get asked out by multiple people, but at the end of the day, only one person will get a yes. Only one person will be accepted. The others will be rejected because something might have clicked for you that didn't click with others. And that's okay. What you need to understand is that it's simply life. The quicker we understand it, the easier it is for us to stop taking rejections personally. The quicker we will understand this, the easier it is for us to stop trying our worst to the opinions of others. Because opinions are fickle. People's judgments could be extremely flawed. The reason you didn't get that job might not be because you weren't the best, but because the employer prefers taller men or maybe ladies with brown hair. It could have absolutely nothing to do with your abilities. At that same time, it could have everything to do with your ability. But what I like to think is that everything good eventually comes. With God, we aren't competing with each other. In His system, everything good goes round. Everyone gets a turn. The Bible said at some point that the last will always or also become the first. And I pondered on this for a while till I realized that what it was saying was that there is a system in place that ensures balance. You might be jobless for years, but the system of God is that if you play your part, one day things will change. You'd get that job. You might have gotten your heart broken severally, but if truly you give your best in your relationships, one day someone will come along who will appreciate you and who will love you. The problem we have with this system is that it requires our patience. It requires our perseverance. It requires that we keep believing even when it doesn't make sense to do so. It requires that we rejoice in the face of rejection because we know that our turns will come. But look at it this way. Rejected today, but accepted tomorrow. Dejected today, but rewarded tomorrow. Unhappy today, but victorious tomorrow. Nothing ever remains the same. The system of God is that even if weeping endures for a night, one day joy will come. So why not rejoice? You must know by now that rejoicing drives the devil mad. Have you ever laughed at a situation where you could have started weeping instead? How did you feel? In control, right? That's what rejoicing does. It puts you in control. It puts God over your feelings. When you rejoice, you're saying, I may have been rejected right now and it hurts, but I know that tomorrow will be better. I know that God has better. When you rejoice, you're saying that you believe that all things working together for your good. When you rejoice, you're saying that you're in charge of the atmosphere. You're refusing to give negativity space in your life. You're refusing to give sorrow and unhappiness space in your life. When you rejoice, you fill the air around you with positivity. When you rejoice, you remind yourself that goodness and mercy follow you all the days of your life. When you rejoice, you remind yourself that you have a blessing the world cannot take away from you. When you rejoice, you remind yourself that your worth is determined by God alone. When you rejoice, you give the issue back to God. What you're saying is, I may have been rejected, but God hasn't rejected me. And if He hasn't rejected me, then I'm good. When you rejoice, you're showing others what faith looks like. When you rejoice, you're telling yourself that something better is coming, and something better is truly coming. God will allow them reject you because what you want is not His best. You think you have a monopoly on big dreams? God says, I am able to do exceeding and abundantly above all you can ever ask or think. Whatever you think is great, God can do better. Best believe that if you didn't get this one, God's best is on the way. You better believe that if that relationship didn't work out, then maybe God has better. Things are working for your good, and the earlier you believed it, the better you rejoice. So rejoice. Again, I say rejoice. Rejoice when nobody expects you to rejoice. Rejoice when people think you should be upset. Rejoice when they think you have nothing to be grateful for. What do they know anyways? You have everything to be grateful for. As long as there is breath in your lungs, then you can go again tomorrow. As long as there is breath in your lungs, your dreams are still valid. Your congratulations can still come. So rejoice. The thing with rejoicing, that it shapes your perspective. Suddenly, your gaze is shifted from the mountain in front of you to the strength and hope on your inside. Your gaze is shifted from the mountain to the might of God. If He's the same God He has always been, He can do it again. So smile at that employer and say thank you. Bless them from your heart. The rejecting you right now could be the door to the job that's actually God's best for you. When you get God's best for you, suddenly you're grateful for all the doors that closed so that the right one could open. Smile at that lady that rejected you. Smile at that guy. Bless them and believe that better is coming. Bless them and believe that right match for you would come. Smile. Because I tell you, God has better. God has so much more in store for you, and you need to believe it. His word says that His thoughts and plans for you are good and not of evil. They will give you an expected end. Your end is an expected one. It's one that ends in victory. It's one that ends with your receiving congratulatory messages. It's the one that ends with you living a fulfilled life. It's the one that ends with your seeing your biggest dreams come to life. It's the one that ends with you satisfied and grateful for how far you've come. So rejoice in rejection. Rejoice in the face of adversity. This rejection isn't the end. It's just one door closing so the right one could open. It's okay. Your turn will come. Your morning will come. This rejection will be your end. If there's going to be another rejection, it wouldn't be your end either. All things are working for your good. even your rejections, especially your rejections, because the season God is launching you into. You'll be thankful for everything you've gone through. You'll be thankful for the capacity you've built. You'll be thankful for the strength you now have. You'll be thankful for the patience you gathered. Most of all, you'll be thankful for your rejections, because now you can appreciate this season.